My heavier stock paper is a little bit heavier stock. Fold this in half, and I'm going to make on the folded side here two small horizontal lines. And I can help you figure out how big or where to put those based on what you want your design to be. But I'm just going to cut those. And then I'm going to fold it kind of like a dog ear, right? You just fold that little tab in. And now I'm going to flatten it out, open it up, and push the paper in the opposite way. So you can see I'm pushing that fold, just that tab, and folding it the other way. And that's really the most basic way to do a very super simple pop-up, where I could turn that into, I could do a couple of those and turn those into little presents popping up. So maybe it's someone's birthday, or maybe you want to do something if you give gifts for Hanukkah or Christmas. But the other thing you could do is, let me just pause this for a moment. The other thing you could do is, I know what Frozen just came out, the second one. This says it's not Olaf, but here's our Do You Want to Build a Snowman? I can take a glue stick and glue this to the back here. For the sake of time, I'm just going to fold a piece of tape there. But I would glue only this one side of the tab. Actually, I'm going to glue it just so you can see better. So I'm going to only glue, I'm going to draw on it so you can see. Only glue one of those tabs, not the whole thing. And this area here that I'm going to glue, I'm going to put the bottom of my design, whatever it is I want to pop up, right at that fold, and make sure that that adheres. So now when this little tab pops up, it's going to make my snowman pop up. The one thing to know, though, is when you do this, you want to make sure when you fold it, your little design is not sticking out. I'm okay with this because I'm just doing this for my demo, but before you start cutting, just check that. The last thing, you can design the background. You can say, Happy Holidays, or, Let It Snow. When you close it, you now have this little cutout here. So to fix that, take another piece of paper and fold it, and glue this inside of there. So now you have an outside cover that would actually be this way, right? So, and then the inside cover, so you've got these two pages. So again, my example, here's my front cover, here's my little pop-up where this page was glued inside of here. And just make sure you're not gluing anything on these tabs so when they fold they don't stick together. But re-recording, oh, is that still recording? So for something like this, I don't want my tab to be as big because now I can see that tab. So what I would do is measure this and figure out how wide that tab needs to be to stick up. Same thing with the menorah. I might cut a really narrow stick. So let me actually do that on this and I'll show you. So I'm going to fold this closed. So for this, I want my tree to pop up. I'll move it over just a little bit. I'm going to make a mark here and here. Like that. So I know I want this to be a little bit smaller, that's where my tree is. And for my menorah, I'm taking the most narrow area. So this is actually cut here. So I'm going to make sure that this is a really narrow strip. And this can be taller because it's a really tall design. So I'll show you the difference with the tabs here. I'm going to cut that. And this is a good review. Cut that. Maybe my tree tab is a little bit taller. So I'll fold these. And then unfold. Fold this back in. Fold that back in. So now you can see I have different widths of tabs, and maybe from here, I'm just going to glue that front piece that I want this to stick onto. And see, now you can't see the tab behind there. And what I just do with the tree right here, same thing. I'm going to glue this tab. Now you can use any medium. You can use colored pencil, marker, paint. For these, let them dry first before you start building this. But now you can see I've layered my card. I think I might just say, season's greetings, and then you've got everything going on inside.